What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Another episode of Simcity, building Las Vegas. Glad to have everyone back. Picking up here where we left off. Few little changes I went ahead and did after hanging up with the last episode. As you can tell, we'll take a little stroll around the city before we get started here. And as you can see, our little New York area of our town is actually coming along very nicely. We decided to stick with the Empire State Building, as you can see, towering over everything. And I went ahead and I placed in some commercial zones here, as well as the Dr. Vu Tower, and I think it looks pretty cool. I actually had to add this back road in here. It's not too much to scale, in regards to the grand scheme of things here in Las Vegas, but overall, I think it looks really cool. A couple other things. I know it is nighttime. We went ahead and this area of the city, we were actually crying for residents, crying for workers. And we decided to zone a little bit of residential out and through here, and as you can see, it's actually built up quite nicely. You can actually check our little population panel down here, and we can see after these buildings did come along, we've got a nice steady stream of now residents moving in, and we're up to 27,516 Sims in the city, and everything seems to be holding together fairly nicely. Everywhere that we have different utilities and different hotels, everywhere seems to be up and operational. There's enough workers for everybody, and if you have any questions, definitely leave them in the comments below. I don't know, I haven't been uploading too much, but I've been trying to settle for quality as opposed to quantity, and these episodes, I know it only takes a few minutes to kind of record 15 minutes straight, but the rendering and the editing can take a little bit of time, so just kind of giving you guys an update. I know some of you have been sending me direct messages asking me why I haven't been uploading, and that's for the most part it. This episode here, I want to definitely focus on adding more casinos. It's getting tough, mainly because the amount of room, the sheer amount of room that is needed for a city like this is, it's just not sufficient with these city plots. So we're doing the best that we can. We're trying to, in a sense, take the major landmarks first, and that's what we've gotten done so far. The New York, the Paris, the few things that we've done, the so-called little stratosphere. So all in all, we have the main building blocks in, but there's a few things that we're going to have trouble doing. For example, some of the fountains and stuff like that. It's just, I don't know, it's just not really going to work. I tried to kind of do something like it over here. It's just not going to work, I'll be honest with you guys. Or better yet, in this city plot, it's not going to work. I was thinking if maybe we tried it on like a coastal city, might be able to kind of get away with maybe creating some like ravines and some some areas of water with Sky's regional freeway mod. There's ways of doing it. But in this city plot, it's going to be kind of tough. Another thing I just noticed, kind of threw in some trade ports over here. They're not necessarily doing much of anything, but I thought it looked pretty cool. Seeing as how this is the only real part per the actual city that's industry based, and I figured it looks kind of well over here with the airport. It looks pretty cool. I thought these could be like fuel tanks, maybe for the airplanes or something like that. Thought that was kind of cool. Bunch of empty space. So this episode, I want to do a couple things. Like I said, I want to add more casinos. I wanted to kind of go over some of the profitability. Some of you have been asking, and I guess I can kind of get into that now. So far, the overall profits that the city has been making, well, it's kind of been hard to tell because most of the stuff has kind of been, down, mainly because we didn't have any workers. But now everything seems to be up and running. We are pulling, and just to kind of show you guys here in the bottom right, quite a few low-wealth tourists, not too many medium. I was thinking maybe to focus more on the high-wealth tourists this episode with putting in an elegant casino. And of all the places to kind of put it, I know we have definitely a room down here. I was thinking right over here would look nice. In comparison to the map itself, I don't have it pulled up right this minute. But for me, the few hotels that are left, we're not... the choices that we have here, they're fairly restrictive on the designs, and trying to form a comparison between the actual hotels and casinos with the ones here in Simcity are getting tougher and tougher. I know we have this one here, the Roman Casino, looks a lot like Caesar's Palace. This one here, I believe, was the MGM Grand. What is this? Closed, need open gambling HQ in the region. Really? You know why? Because there's like a bug in this game. I plop this thing down, and then when you take it out, I don't know, it bugs out or something like that. Let's see. Let's see, it should, yeah, there we go. Yeah, so if you guys ever have that, you just have to throw down the gambling HQ again. Right here, I think would be really good. Kind of fits right along the strip, and we want to try to get as many casinos as we can. We're trying to get that profitability up. We're trying to keep the, the main attractions here on the strip. Everything else off to the side. I'm not going to say I'm not going to put anything here. We're going to put stuff here, but I don't want it to detract us from, the lights of the city here along the strip. So that's kind of my focal point. So I figure the more things that we can just add right along here, the better. This hotel here, as in my previous little sandbox series, did actually very well. And prior to that, I had no luck with these types of casinos, so I'm very happy for that. These signs are just great. That one's kind of blocked. I don't know if I want to keep that there. I want it to kind of, like I said, I want the lights to be shining, people. I want the lights to be shining. Let's see. Come on. There we go. Now, as far as... I don't want to put it too far away. Well, let's see. Let's do this. Let's see if we can move this one over. Let's see here. Trying to work more with the little parks mod. Let's put that one there, and then we'll put this one here. And I've done a little bit of tinkering down over here. I'll show you. Like down over here, I tried to add a little bit more in. The parks look pretty cool, but with it being a, the foliage is more like cacti and stuff like that. I don't know, it's kind of, it's not as inviting as it would be on a normal, city plot with normal trees. This is actually pretty cool. This actually spawned up in a commercial zone, a tourist motel. I've personally never seen this one. That's actually really cool. It's actually very fitting in the city. It's actually got a nice sign and everything. I think it's cool. I hope it stays. So that's pretty cool. I saw that. So let's go ahead and upgrade this guy here, and we have plenty of options as far as, the tourists go here. Room is usually an issue. I was thinking, like I said, we're kind of... I'm trying to keep, like I said, everything kind of facing the strip. That's really my mindset here. This is I'm in my hopes are to get this spawned up as the Trump International Tower. It'll take a little bit of time, but this will actually be a high-rise building, and that's what I'm looking for. So I want to kind of give that some room, and we'll see how that works out. Go ahead and just upgrade this. How high I want to go over here? Yeah, I guess we can go higher. And these are where you're going to make your money here, these little penthouse suites. That looks kind of... I guess we'll get rid of that. We've got plenty of room there. But appreciate all the support. I know I say it, but I can't say it enough. Everyone's been great. Getting constant views on these videos, as well as, lots of comments and stuff like that. And, it's much appreciated. It keeps my drive going. I'm playing the game consistently anyway, so why not just bring you the fun? And I know some of you that have been longtime followers have actually just recently got the game, and it's always cool to, hear how excited they are when they actually pick up the game. Game's been out for over a year now. I think right now would be the best purchase, mainly because a lot of the initial bugs and stuff like that have actually been worked out. So, it's actually a better game now than it was when it came out. So anyway, enough of that. We'll go ahead. I was actually thinking about maybe adding in another landmark or two. Not necessarily anything that, calls for in the actual city, but I thought it'd be cool just for, the tourist aspect of it. One thing that came to mind was the Washington Monument, and I actually might have, there it is. I was actually thinking, would this, yeah, it's not going to fit there. I want to keep this kind of area the way it is. Oh, actually, it fits really nice over here. I don't know, we'll come back to that, we'll see. We'll see exactly how it's working, and for those of you that are wondering, this is our little residential community, more like our little compound for our workers, because I don't plan on putting too much more residential in here, and I just have one simple grade school, and everyone seems to be fairly happy. One thing that I've actually noticed, our city here, our little buffer city, is actually not working very well. I actually, our garbage services, I've got 2 garbage dumps over there with plenty of shared garbage trucks, and I keep getting messages calling for garbage service, and I'm not really sure why. We see a couple trucks here and there. I actually put down, prior to starting the recording, a garbage dump here, and actually just let them loose to pick up all the trash throughout the city, and then I just got rid of it. And these plane noises, I don't know if it's just me or what, man, but these planes are crazy. I think it's because there's 2 airports back to back, but every time I get too close to that, my eardrums are, for the most part, getting blown out. What else? This here, I was actually looking, that was actually taking place at the Las Vegas Convention Center, and I don't think I placed it down properly. The Las Vegas Convention Center is actually out, and I was looking at the map, it's actually out over here, this area, and I don't know if maybe I put it or I have it there just because it wouldn't fit. Probably that's the case, but I want to try something here real quick before we settle on that location. I know we added that in, and that was actually a suggestion about one of the viewers. Yeah, I think that's because it doesn't fit over here. But the actual Las Vegas Convention Center, I think, is more so back here. So let's put it back here. I think that's a better spot for it. And I think we just ruined our control net issue for our monorail, or maglev, I should say. I actually was screwing around here. I threw a event, and it sold out like almost immediately. I'll see if we can get one spawned up here. I thought that was actually pretty fun. I've always had issues with events, and this city in particular is not going to be having much of an issue at all with attendance draw. I have to get away from that airport. We're getting messages for transportation, not so much now. They're actually asking for more commuter buses, more bus systems, more bus terminals for our residents. So I was thinking of maybe adding in a shuttle bus depot just to kind of alleviate some of the stress. I think over here would be nice just because it's away from everything else, and it's right near our train station. Let's connect this little road here. I thought this would be a nice little spot. We can kind of go through, maybe add a park ride or two, because all in all, this is going to become a, big-time tourist destination. So one other thing I want to ask you guys in the comments below, do you think we should go ahead, and I'm leaning towards it, and doing a great work? Of course, we're in sandbox mode, so it's not going to be an issue in regards to, funding, but I was thinking about a great works out over here. What do you guys think? I was thinking maybe a space center or probably an international airport might fit well just because it's a tourist-based destination. Let me know what you guys think below. I know we did an international airport in the last, series, so I don't want to, kind of present that as overkill, but I think it would be cool nevertheless. Let's see if we can actually, let's see what's going on here. We got water issues. Yeah, water is going to be kind of a constant issue here in these types of cities with it being, I guess we can add a couple water towers just to kind of alleviate the stress. I've got tons of water coming in, but it's already, you can tell, is going to be a bit of an issue here. And this one-time city where I didn't want any industry or any, utilities is slowly becoming, you see, we're not even, these hotels are just, they're draining the water. As you can see, look at these huge circles, like this thing here, for example. You need a lot of water to run these, all these landmarks and stuff like that, these expo centers. So hopefully that helps us get over the hump. Power is good, fortunately. Not enough medium wealth shoppers. I guess we can maybe Let's see. I wanted to kind of stick to, like maybe out over here. I don't think that's going to be enough room though. Let's fix that real quick because that's going to bug me. Let's do our little buffer test. For those of you that don't know what this is, this kind of give you a good idea as to how much room you need for a high density building, one of these small tree rows. So what you'll usually do is just lay down a small tree row, and I'm sure a lot of you have seen this before, but some of you might be new. And then you can just kind of give yourself a little buffer. Like, for example, if you were to draw a road here, that's kind of where it was at. No good. No good. But as soon as you're able to kind of bud this road right alongside of that short tree row, give yourself just a little tiny bit of room, should be able to fit a high wealth building in there, and that's really what we want. We don't want the whole city kind of encompassed by little homes and stuff like that. It's more of a rural thing. Maybe we can save that for the other city that we have, but I think we can throw in some medium wealth here because we want to kind of keep everything balanced, and we can add a nice little shop or something like that to keep our land value up out this way. The other buildings we're kind of wanting low density, and that's what I spoke of in the last episode. We wanted to kind of keep that more dense. The low wealth buildings tend to hold far more residents than these medium wealths will, and we'll do a little comparison once everything kind of gets up and running. But if we just kind of throw a little park in there, perfect. And we'll take a look at that. All right, beautiful. It looks actually really cool. They go together nicely. They'll start off as homes and they'll come along, but these buildings, you can kind of see here from my worker data mod, each one of these buildings actually holds 400 residents, which is far more than any other kind of like income bracket. Even these smaller ones hold 40. You'll see when these come through. I mean, even the fully upgraded medium density buildings maybe only hold a third of that, and that'll give us a little bit of medium wealth to kind of keep our data modules and all that. Actually keep this guy quiet here. That's really what my goal is. I don't really want any issues. I just want it to be a semi-lifelike city with that's extremely profitable. So far, I did touch on it earlier in the episode in regards to profitability. Let's see, even after just adding in the high wealth Elegant Casino, you can see that high wealth tourist has spiked up to 1460 draw, which is really what we want. We're there with medium wealth tourists. I'm not sure why I'm getting a message out of medium wealth shoppers, but that's interesting enough. But yeah, high wealth tourists is where it's at, and the best way to kind of keep them here is to make sure we have high wealth shops for them, and make sure there's limited crime, and the education for the few homes that we have is actually up to par. Otherwise, the rich folk won't want to stay. So let's go ahead and throw down a bus stop down out here. Oops. Well, we could keep it there, I guess. And a couple school bus stops. School's right there. They could probably walk to school, to be honest with you. But never hurts to add it in. We went ahead and we added this little bus depot here. Let's upgrade this guy here. The Shuttle Bus Depot is what they actually call it. These are good for just kind of moving around town. Not necessarily venturing any farther than the city limits, but it'll alleviate a little bit of that additional traffic stress that we have, and hopefully we'll be able to kind of keep an eye on it. These parking rides are doing fairly well all over. I have them up at the entrance to the city, and now even just adding this one, we've got over 1,000 cars happily parking there and walking about. So that's cool. And I guess our academy is back up and running because I can see our maglev, so that's working out well. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. We're gonna wrap this one up here. What else exactly that you wanted to kind of see? My plans, kind of for the most part, are just to kind of fill in everything along this main avenue here, and then kind of leave everything off to the side with not too much. This way, come nighttime, the main city will be glowing along the strip, and that's really what Las Vegas is all about. If you ever seen like an aerial view of Las Vegas, the strip is exactly what's lit up, as opposed to everything that's kind of around it. It's kind of just suburbia or whatnot. But I think this New York area has actually turned out very nice. I hope our Dr. Vu Tower, as long as I don't, that's what I was thinking too, because this might bring additional crime, and it might. But as long as I don't unleash the henchmen, which is kind of what we have here, I think we'll probably be okay. Let's just check our crime map before we leave. Where are we at? Crime, where you at? How come I can never find these tabs, people? I'm probably staring right at it. There we go, crime. Oh my god. But like I said, if I don't unleash them, I think we should probably be okay. I just like the looks of that building. It actually looks pretty cool. We don't really use this building enough, but I think the Dr. Vu building looks pretty sweet. I don't think they, I wish when the game came out, or the, I forget what they call it, the Cities and Villains set, or whatever the heck they called it, I wish they would have done more with it. I mean, a simple Dr. Vu tower, a Vu bot, and unleashing henchmen, it's not really that fun. I think they could have really done a lot with that, and maybe they will in the future. Maxis, if you're listening, and that would be really cool if you can actually add to the crime aspect of it. I mean, everything is on the good guy end of the stick in regards to building your cities. I think we can do a little bit more evil, and of course there's the disasters or what have you, but most of them are natural disasters. So I don't know. It's just my little rant about it. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and hang this one up. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Definitely slap that like button if you enjoy the series thus far. And leave any information in the comments below, any questions you may have, or any suggestions you may have. And we'll definitely pick up where we left off next episode. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see everyone next time.